God.
Be sad I'm not in these videos.
Oh, Alright everyone, so the crew's back at it again, Cinema Heads, and it's Flashback Friday, and this is my pick for my pick for Flashback Friday, which is Akira. But first, before we get into the review, we got we got stretchy pants over here. What do you want?
Really?
Gabe and
Call me Pasty White, John.
Pasty.
Pasty white.
It's just Jonathan.
JP.
We got JP. So, like I said earlier, we are reviewing Akira, which is my personal favorite anime movie. It's what got me into watching it to begin with. Long time ago, back in the 90s. It's a long time ago for you, huh, buddy?
I remember when I was in the 90s. I was like 4 years old.
We were like 4 years old. But, yeah, it's directed by JP.
Katsuhiro Otomo.
Thank you, man. I
So
couldn't
good.
say it.
So good.
I'm horrible at the names, man. I mess up all the time. I can't keep doing it.
So sexy.
It's nice. But, getting right into it, I mean, it's about two main characters, Tetsuya and Kanata.
Kaneda?
I feel like that's right.
Kanada!
Yeah, it's about these two guys. I mean, this movie it's got everything. It's got government, politics, biker gangs. It's sci-fi. Neo Tokyo, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this movie was done in 1988.
It shows.
No, this movie is gorgeous. Animation is gorgeous in this movie.
Yeah. I'll talk about that.
Yeah. So, we got two characters that are part of a biker gang. Tetsuya runs into this, like, I want to call him an alien. little zombie-looking guy. He's got powers. Anyway, he runs into him. He gets powers from it.
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. Freaking government takes him, do a test on him, he gets out. Essentially, like, the story between the two main characters is Tetsuya's like a little brother to Kaneda. And, he just wants to be out on his own, uses his powers not for good. And,
He's kind of like tired of being like that.
yeah, little brother that they
little
keep
brother.
having to protect. So Kaneda tries to take him down. He feels like him and his friends are the only ones that can bring him down. So, before we get into all the little details, Gabe and JP, we all like the movie. Me and my brother, this is like one of the first, I think it is the first one we ever watched.
Yeah, what a horrible, horrible tragedy to watch as a young kid.
Yeah, it's definitely not for children. And we were way young, but as soon as I saw it, I just knew, I just wanted to see more.
It's the pinnacle of anime.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, it's
literally,
amazing.
I feel like it's where anime came from.
Right. So, with that being said, someone over to my left, we watched it before we did this video because Jonathan's never seen it. He hated it.
If you go back and watch an older video, we have talked about this. Like, he's into that really flashy,
That next gen anime.
corny animation that they take complete shortcuts on just to fill an episode.
Yeah. So, I just, animation aside, he doesn't like the animation. I don't understand why, because it's a gorgeous movie. What about the story in this movie that you just didn't like, that didn't connect with you?
None of it made sense, man.
None of it made sense.
Like, you got the bikers, he runs in a little alien monkey, little, whatever you call it.
It's not a monkey.
What? It's an old zombie kid. And then he magically gets superpowers off of it? No.
Okay.
No, and then I don't know, like the whole reason behind like why the main dude likes the other chick, like there's no like real reason. He's just like, oh, I'm out trolling for some puh. She's there.
Okay. Okay.
What else? I don't know. It was all confusing. We watched it, and you saw me sitting on the edge of the couch falling asleep.
Yeah, I know. It was embarrassing.
The only cool parts were like when people got blasted with the guns, and you saw the blood, and like that.
Yeah,
that
it's a gory film. It's definitely a gory film. Now, Gabe and JP, explain to him why he's so wrong.
Give me.
Well, I'll start off with the animation part since I draw. The movie had 160,000 cells.
It's a lot.
So, what that means for people who probably don't understand that because they watch shitty animation.
Oh no!
That means
my hero's
this-
great.
You are done.
that means this anime actually the artist had to draw layer by layer by layer. So they drew a whole cell shape or a whole cell picture of the characters, a whole cell picture of the environment, and a whole cell picture of the background. And everything was actually hand done. So the windows in the movie, and I know you've seen like where the camera like pans and it shows like the city and it shows every window, and most windows have like yellow in them. They actually hand painted every single one. So like to give it that natural feel and like the movement and everything. That's why you have such fluid like movements in the movie, is because of that cell, which they don't use that anymore at all because, like I said, animation is just trying to do very fast, quick, like.
It's very time consuming
Yeah.
and very hard to do, but when it's done right, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we all definitely could. The animation it was 1988,
Yeah.
and I personally think it still holds up.
And that, I think the movie had, it's either $1 billion or $1 million, but it was 1.1
Crazy.
in a budget. And the reason why the budget was so high, and think about the time era that you just said to how much that is.
Yeah.
The reason why is because of all that technology at that time they were
Right.
using to make the fluid motions and stuff like that. So, to me, again, I mean, I already said it, this anime was like the pinnacle. Like, there's animes that use scenes from this movie and they put it into their own. Like, Fooly Cooley has done it. There's also this Akira thing on the internet, they've done it. And even just like random cartoons, I think even Steven the Universe done it. Like, where he stops the bicycle, like he slides with the bicycle sideways. That's been done in more than hundreds of cartoons.
So now, JP, what the story? Since this guy thinks it's all boring and it's not good, you explain to Jonathan why he's just wrong.
Well, I mean, it's a very interesting story. It has a lot of depth to it. It's a sci-fi kind of storyline. Like, they're part of a normal bike gang, and they're kind of, like, I guess, they're the lower kind of class of the city, in this giant city, and they run into this creature, I guess, like, he slides his bike into him and crashes. I mean, it sounds kind of funny, but it's actually really interesting because I guess, like, he kind of transfers his power into him kind of when he runs into him.
By accident.
Yeah. And then the whole movie's about how, you know, he was kind of the little brother, always getting defended and always getting helped out by everybody else, and then he kind of rebels against that.
He has
and
the power.
Yeah, he uses
He
that
has the power to be the big brother.
Right.
This douche.
And it's basically about how he takes that power and he uses it for what he thinks is the right thing because he's becoming his own person, but then he becomes more than that and turns into a monster basically throughout the whole film. That's the whole underlying tone of it, and it's very well done, the storytelling. But one more thing too, Jonathan, you have to watch these movies with subtitles.
We
to
watched
get the
it.
real
We
experience.
watched it English dubbed, and I'm just like shaking my head every time they talk because it just sounds.
Canada!
It just sounds so bad.
But I want to say though, for the movie being like super old, this is probably one of the better dubbed.
Yeah, well, when we were younger, we watched it dubbed.
Yeah.
But that's all. I think
So,
that's all we could watch on
like
VHS.
I think they got like the people who did like the voice actors who did the English versions. I think they picked the correct ones.
Yeah, older.
It's just again like dubbed, like it doesn't transcribe well.
The
to
artistry
English. Like, it never does.
just translates so much better when you watch it in the native language versus watching it in English.
Right.
Well, I'm slowly coming over the sub sides. Oh, God. I'm slowly coming over the sub side. So don't worry. I'll be there soon.
Okay.
Well, this movie got a high rating It got like an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, that's really high for that.
For something that came out that old.
Yeah, for something that came out that long ago. But I think the most interesting thing is all like the ending when things start really happening, which scared Jonathan. You wanna speak on that when you were a young lad?
10-second recap. I was like 4 years old, and I woke up from a nap, and it was playing, and I saw the part where the monster starts absorbing people, and the girl got exploded inside his body. And it scared the holy crap out of me.
Yeah, and then he never watched. So that's part of the reason why I picked this movie is because Jonathan refused to watch it.
I think the more scary part was like when he goes into that like playroom.
Yeah, and there's like the
the
big
big
teddy
eyes.
bear.
Yeah.
That's honestly like my favorite scene of the whole movie.
Yeah, no, it's amazing to watch. It's just like watching it when we were kids.
Yeah.
It's like
There's a lot of iconic, like the Canada's jacket with the pill in the back, his motorcycle, Tetsuo's cape when he thinks he's a superhero, essentially. Like a lot of iconic scenes and things that, you go through Instagram and.
the movie is just like I said. It's an iconic like.
Yeah.
It's a classic anime movie
Because,
that
like,
a
even
lot of people
movies-
reference. And
yeah,
they know,
a
'cause
lot of people
It's
reference
one of the
it.
very first anime movies to really make that gap from Japan to America and break out into mainstream kind of.
Because like Chronicles.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, a lot of other movies take stuff from this. I believe it definitely seems like it does. But with that being said, man, I mean, for anyone who hasn't watched it, I think everyone here except for Jonathan would recommend it.
No, I would.
You would recommend it?
I would. I didn't like it, but I mean, it's a piece of history.
I will
Anime
say
history.
this though, it's a pretty lengthy movie.
Oh, it is.
2 hours
It's
long.
it's over 2 hours long. I mean, there's a lot, and I think with that being said, it's not just like this made up movie that they put together. This is based off a bunch of mangas.
Mm-hmm.
So really, and I bet you the mangas are probably better because it probably explains everything a lot more. But it fits a lot in for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's a lot of I guess the reason why it's high up there is because it's not just action.
Right.
It's a lot of dialogue and a lot of story.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
But it blends everything very well.
Yeah.
That's probably
But
right.
not a
again,
moment
like that,
during-
you need all that to understand the story.
And there's not a moment during the 2 hours where it becomes unentertaining. Like everything is entertaining the whole time. So
Yeah. So with that being said, we definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen it, definitely go. Especially if you're just an anime fan, this is definitely something you should watch. It's one of those movies like you have to watch this one. Hopefully our friend Matt, who's not here today, he'll watch it. He's an anime fan, so next time he could be a part of the review. But
That is a 10 out of 10.
yeah, 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10.
definitely 10 out of 10.
What you got?
6.5.
6.5. You're a disgrace.
I know. I'm sorry.
I think
What?
we're just gonna have to count them from these old school anime.
Yeah,
reviews.
man. Yeah. I mean, some of the new stuff's good. But
I might like question.
this is Cinema Heads, man. Flashback Fridays.
Yeah.
So that's the review for today.
What is that?
Yeah, no one knows. Next Friday. Who's doing next Friday? Who's picking next Friday?
I can.
All right,
What
Gabe
you
will pick
got?
next Friday. So that'll be a surprise. See what Gabe's got. And the Cinema Heads. Go follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and what's the other thing we got? Instagram.
Wow.
And this video is Gabe, you want to do the honors?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do
that's
it.
right,
Do it.
This or a show
This
video.
movie-
What?
Video?
Video is boom done.
Hey, mate.
I can't believe.
Winter is coming, but you can stop this winter, and you can stop the White Walkers if you subscribe and click that notification button. For freedom!